In this video, I'd like to talk about the egg ghost, a sinister entity that exists in various different global mythologies and is said to bring death or disease to those who encounter it. The disturbing thing about these beings lies in the sheer number of different belief systems they crop up in. If there were generic ghosts or demons of the type that you would expect to exist in a plethora of different cultures, then this would perhaps be understandable. But a spirit with no limbs or facial features that resembles an egg is quite an obscure concept that you wouldn't think would arise very much. This gives credence to the notion that there's some degree of underlying truth behind the myths. In Korean mythology, the egg ghost is known as Haealkaeshin and brings death to those who lay their eyes on it. They're said to stalk those who stray into the country's dense forests, searching for those to curse. Anyone who sees them doesn't live for very long afterwards. They're also capable of disguising themselves as regular eggs so that their victims don't even realise they've encountered them and can't warn others to stay away. In Brazilian folklore, these entities are known as egg spirits as opposed to egg ghosts. They're said to be beings that are so full of negativity and ill intent that they've lost most of their spiritual bodies and now resemble translucent eggs the size of the human brain. It's said that they can become intertwined with humans, leading to them developing mental or physical illnesses. In many ways, they're similar to a parasite. Confucian texts refer to a spirit known as Hundun, who is described as vile, wicked, and a villain at heart. In other ancient Chinese texts, this term is used to refer to an egg-like entity. In the Shanhai Qing, a collection of early Chinese myths and legends, it's used as an adjective to describe a spirit within the context of a being called Dijiang, which is depicted elsewhere as being faceless and egg-shaped. Irish folklore expert Anne Massey also notes that eggs are at the core of evil Irish folk magic. According to her, they're frequently cursed and can release bad energy. Could it be that this is due to the fact that the objects in question aren't actually eggs at all, but egg ghosts lurking in their egg disguises, ready to thrust misfortune onto those unlucky enough to cross their paths? Given the prominence of malicious egg-like spirits in other countries' myths, this definitely seems feasible. There have been numerous high-profile sightings of egg ghosts, many by people in countries where they're relatively unknown, suggesting that they were unlikely to be made by people claiming to have seen spirits that are common in their national mythologies. In 2021, British comedian Vic Reeves was reported as having stated that he'd been haunted by what he described as a 3-foot-tall egg that had come out of a door and then disappeared. In Wales earlier this year, a family described to the press how their household was being terrorised by a ghost that smelled strongly of egg. Others in various different nations have reported eggs flying across the room and put them down to encounters with poltergeists. Egg ghosts appear to have a real-world presence outside of the ancient texts that they're described in. So what's the best way of avoiding being cursed by an egg ghost? Well, for one thing, stay out of dense, uninhabited forests as they appear to be their stomping ground. It's also important to remember that so-called evil spirits only have power over us if we allow them to, so perhaps all that's required is a resilient mindset. I hope you've had an exciting time watching this video and it's been exactly up your street.